Hi, I'm gonna continue with this existential risk website project, and I have some ideas again for the layout, and I'm gonna try them out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, maybe one thing also after discussion on the last stream, I was thinking like now that we have these 5 output variables or so, we could have like maybe something like the thing that I had before. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up here. Over here, this how would you call this, like this cyan color. I'm just gonna update this. This cumulative survived years of humanity. So I don't know if there's some better kind of like term for it, but this would be nice in a sense that then I wouldn't have to. I could cut like 2 variables, like, because if I now have like this the thing that you have to like define what's the population progression in case there is no survival, and then that also brings a little bit more of stuff that you have to do as a user. Okay, it's not picking up the new one. Let's see. I'm gonna check out if the stream is working correctly. Yeah, it should be. Oh yeah. Gonna restart that. Okay, now it looks fine. So that would make it easier. It would be kind of like maybe harder to understand, and maybe this is like a good title for it: cumulative survived years of humanity, or it could be also like longevity or something like that. Okay, there's some spam stuff. Let's see. It's kind of annoying that I cannot. If I do some like moderator stuff on this restreams chat, it doesn't affect the source chat at all. I have to do the bannings and stuff like that in there as well, so that's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, let's go back to this one. It's kind of like easy to forget to change between these. So let's see if I still have it in here. Yeah, I have something like this. So let's try to take all of this off, and I have this one over here. I could just replace that color with the colors that I've used already. I also have a little bit of, it would be maybe like again like some kind of good chance to use some color that I still haven't used. So I'm just gonna change these now. Okay, there's more spam. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. I'm gonna hide this chat for now, like that, and we're gonna go without those. Yeah, there's a lot, somehow some kind of like, I don't know, spam army. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't like, there hasn't been before this kind of behavior that suddenly there's like a lot of like spam bots. Yeah, this is not like the final color, but and this would be nice in a sense that if I make a graph, then these can be kind of like used to, then these work well with this survival probability. It's just it's gonna be like then I can use this thing that it's the area between, or like area under those annual survival probabilities. And then I think if I want to use this kind of like if I want to use 100-year time scale, then I could kind of have those annual observations as kind of yeah, like observations that are kind of like presented as different variables. But I want to try out something else here as well. I kind of want to make these connections between different variables easier to notice, and so let's see what I mean by that. So I had see, I have some of these boxes here, and are these some? Have I used these layers for something? I'm gonna make a new one anymore. So let's have this as like let's make this kind of box test here. And I'm gonna show maybe first like what's the motivation here. So I want to draw the connections between these different inputs. So this would be like, just go down here like that. So maybe make this, I want to make this see, I'm gonna try this mouse actually. So I'm gonna try make something like this, but I'm gonna use some other. It would be nice to use some kind of color here, but I'm not sure. I could just use some kind of white for now. So I'd like to make all of these into some kind of boxes. So now they're not really, I think that with this system the boxes are going to be a little bit too close to each other. I'm just going to move, all this bunch of variables a little bit lower, and this as well. And that would even leave me a lot of space if I want to have a graph under there. So let's try again. Yeah, I could also have maybe this. I don't know if I want to have like this as a box as well. So then I would draw some. Oh, it's gonna. I had some of those. I wonder if some of those. I don't think those ASCII arrows would work here. Yeah, they're not gonna work. I would need to be able to make some kind of also, is it possible to have here, like I would like to I'd like to connect this arrow to kind of like because there's this like the middle section of this box, but I don't really think it's possible. I'm gonna wonder if I can report this guy. Yeah, not sure. Like I had here like this kind of like I had to draw these, like actually draw these little triangle things on the arrows. So there's like there. I wonder there's like, is there no way to make this kind of basic shapes? So let's try to Google this actually because it's quite. Okay, there should be something like this. Then customizing the appearance in the tool options. I don't think there. I wonder if I've tried this at some point, but I haven't found it. Tool options, there's nothing. I'm not sure if this is like good. This is not like a good final solution either because then I couldn't control the size. Then select your line and go to tool. Okay, what if I gonna try like if I have it drawn already. Oh, there's actually might be this kind of option. So I have it here. Then I have over here this kind of thing. Yeah, this is good. If this works, let's see. It has to be this kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe smaller arrow. Yeah, this works. It would still be nice if I could link this up to this one. I think it's like in PowerPoint or something like that. You can make those kind of things. So replace that one. Can do one of these. like that, and make this box as well. There's some lines here. I'm not quite sure like what these lines are. They're somewhere from here. Probably some vector layer somewhere. Okay, it's here. Yeah, I think I wanted to make I want to make the layers to, or these grids, or some of these grids to stay in the kind of like PowerPoint slides that I make. Like if I now export this image, it's gonna drop these grids that I have here, like this, these ones here. Okay, let's continue and make some more. Like I gonna like envision that. Okay, this will come here and here, like this, and maybe that helps to understand. I'm not sure if the arrows are like big enough really actually. Yeah, like that. I think these will like show up better after the grids are removed. This is a little bit, maybe a little bit annoying that the like it's like super true until this one. That the survival probability, it's always like starts from previous survival probability and then it's takes the sum of those like annual survivals that you can calculate from the extinction rate. But this one this is gonna like also sum of all the survival probabilities until that period. So this might indicate now a little bit, this might be like an oversimplification a little bit. I don't know. So I could kinda, not sure how this would work. So if I kinda, but this is kinda like not so true either. It's just that, and then I would have to, for this one, I would have to draw it from each of these. So it might be that simple to like it would get like even more confusing, but maybe this can indicate that it's a product of or it's kind of like defined by survival probabilities, even if it's not. I also had the idea of adding those formulas here, but again, it's a little bit tricky. There's like two things there, like will they fit that's like one thing, and the other one is using, I would have to use those pretty clunky formula things that haven't really worked so well before. But I'm gonna try put some of those. I'm gonna just write them here as let's see if there's some better pen for this. One of these small ones here. Oh, how is this so big? What's this like? Yeah, maybe that's fine. So I could just have this would be something like E at period T. And if I want to get fancy, I could add like this kind of like if thing that survival at T minus 1, so at the so this would be like 100 if we talk about these percentages. So I think there was, yeah, there's P for that, and this is like a soft P. Switch between those. So then the survival rate, come on. Survival at T is it's this kind of product. So it's starting at so Yeah, it's a little bit. This minus. And because we have this rate as percentage term, so we have to divide it by 100 to put it in kind of like absolute terms. So yeah, and then if I want to have this as kind of like in percentage term, I have to kind of multiply again by 100. I could maybe I don't know, do I want to have like this percentage symbol here or not? Oh. I'm also like trying out, like maybe I'm trying out quite a lot now, like how much space all of this would take, and it's a you have to have quite a lot of space for these formulas, because like here I have like stuff in 3 different vertical levels. So now we have this could be like, I don't know, this could be like a little bit different, like cumulative survive years of humanity. It could be something else. It could be like just like cumulative lived years of humanity or something like that, or like expected. I'm just gonna have it in parentheses now. Expected lived years, or could be like life years. Life. Yeah, this is kind of hard. And maybe like this, I'm gonna rename this now. Maybe this survival probability thing, maybe it's kind of like, maybe the formula or this name is a little bit over explanatory. Not sure. But it kind of like has to little bit it has to kind of like take it into account. So let's make it for this one as well. Yeah, why I like next things, why I wanted to think about this name things is that it can affect how I name this, or like what kind of symbol I use here, like what's the letter that I want to use. So this could be like L for life, and I'm kind of like using capital L to show that it's kind of like integral or the sum or stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not sure about this T extinction probability. Like the time, yeah, maybe it's fine. But this could be in parentheses, I'm not sure. Yeah, this might be kind of like, it might be difficult to make this connection that yeah, this kind of like if I have this kind of thing that st minus 1 is 100%, then that might make the user, does it make it harder for the user to understand that that the st minus 1 might not be like 100%. Not quite sure. But maybe if you are looking at these formulas, maybe it's I don't know. Like, is there those people who look at these formulas, will they understand anyway? Or are they like people who look at the formulas and some of them will understand and some not? And how big is the group that does not understand out of those who kind of like observe the formulas? So this sum variable would be something like this. It's just it's sum of those survival probabilities over time. Yeah, these formulas, maybe they wouldn't take like too much space. I think I'm using here a little bit smaller font than in the text, so I kind of have to account for that, and kind of like leave a little bit more. So let's think about this. We have this this thing. Yeah, I was thinking that I had in mind. Maybe I should have this thinking like part of this. Didn't I have the arrows in this one? Yeah. They're just so hard to grab. So if this one was a little bit higher up, and I could have like I have here, so I could call this like why is it so? Oh. So it would be like S 2125, something like this. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. But it could be a little bit higher up there. Can I have? If I have it like this, then could I have it in here as well? I could also have that like inside the box. So this would be I don't know, like E 2026 to E 2125. Could call it something like that. I'm gonna also think like now I should remove this one here. Just leave this so then you can kind of like you can maybe make the connection better to those other ones. So let's continue with, if we have this kind of layout and gonna turn the tutorial area off, and we should have the graph areas here. Let's try something with like a totally new graph area, or just gonna put these off. Okay. Like if that was the height that we need, then yeah, this is also like, if I want to go with this one, it would be nice to have here like the loss of potential at least. It could be like something like, just like I had at some point those something like lost potential, and then you have the number would be like 2.3 something years. I'm gonna make again like both a vector and paint layers. So yeah, we could start at again like at there at 2025 and end over there. So it would be like this, and then we would have it would be like over here, this kind of time zone thing, and it would need to be just a little bit different color. Like if I wanted to do something like this, so that it connects I kind of want to make these kind of lines that help it to connect to the, but these lines should go there under, like this, and this would go over here, something like that. I'm gonna, oh yeah, this should be, just put it under there, so it's a little bit better, but it's still a little bit shady. But there should be like some maybe distinct color for, or it could also be that just use some kind of a line dashing or something like that. That it's kind of hard to make it. Okay. So if you have like, could we fit here, like the thing that I wanted to try out is that if we have, like, let's say we have the width that these are, like each of these squares would be 20 years in width. So could we make like I don't know, could we make this so that they are like if each of these is 20, so I'm gonna try put like some lines. Is this use this color. How thin do I have to make these so that the user could separate them from each other? Like it would need to be like 10 of these next to each other. Maybe it wouldn't be impossible. Yeah, I think the bigger issue is that I want there to be those, so this is 5, so another 5 to the left hand side. Yeah, the bigger issue is that I'm gonna make those, yeah, over here. So Can I make such like small circles here that they are still visible enough from one other that you can. So notice that they are not just like one circle, but it's gonna be like 10 circles, and this would actually be a little bit of descent next to each other. On the other hand, I'm not sure if there's any. Yeah, that could work. Like, is there enough point with this in a sense that we're gonna go like, okay, it's 20 here, so 95 would be like over here, and then it's just like everything is there. Yeah, I think I have like thought about this issue before as well, like everything is gonna be like very high up there. I'm just like trying to like overall figure out if it is possible to have this be can I make each observation visible so that it kind of like makes sense. There's issue with this as well, that yeah, if you just stay with this yeah, not sure about that one, but I'm quite happy with this at making this kind of changes that I have these boxes around there, and maybe have these like these arrows. They would, yeah, this, it's tricky with these arrows, that if I have those, I could have, let's see if I have where I have this box arrow. Like the box arrow could be that it's not like totally centered, so that would like make it easier to understand how these time arrows go behind them, if the box arrow is like little to the left or little to the right. So yeah, okay, I'm